This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. A few weeks back, I was at BGG-Con, and I went over to the KOSMOS booth, and basically, I was looking to... I just was fascinated, and I was with Chaz, and Chaz was raving and raving about this fantastic game, Imhotep. And I have to say, this... the only thing I can say is let's go down to the table, take a look, we'll come back with our final thoughts. What do you think? You think that's all right? Yes, let's do that. Let's go down to the table and take a look at the game. Okay, so I'm going to explain this. I'm not going to give you all the rules, but I'm going to let you know that this is probably one of my favorite games I have played in quite some time. So how does this work? It's really very simple. You're going to be getting these stone, these granites to start the game. Now, you're going to have different actions. As you can see, we have a bunch of these here. One of the actions is you can add a stone to your tile, up to 5. The second thing you can do, okay, is you can decide whether you want to add a stone to any one of these ships, okay? Now you can put the stone anywhere you want on the ship. Okay, and in the front here of these ships, you can see that there's a minimum amount of stones that have to be on the ship in order for the ship to sail. So let's, and you can put it anywhere on there. So say we put these here. Another action you can take is once this ship meets the sail requirement, you can sail it to any one of these ports, and you're going to be able to do and accumulate points or get cards to do that. So let's just say, for instance, we decided to go over to the obelisk. Okay, when we use our action to go there, in order, you will take the front all the way to the back to do whatever action it is. This one is just piling up the thing. So at the end of the game, whoever has the highest amount on this obelisk, excuse me, is going to get the points. And in a 2-player game, it's 10 for the first place and 1 for the second. So if there was something like this, it would look like this. The next one, the next area that you can sail to is the pyramid. And you're going to be going in ascending order. Now say that we had something like this here. All right. You are going to put, because that's the first one, it's going to go there. And then it'll go here. And there, you're going to go in ascending order. And then you're going to do a second level and a third level, and then you're going to add up all the points at the end of the game. And that's how you're going to attribute all these points. And that's what you have over here is a scoreboard, which every time you can get points, you are going to get victory points, and whoever has the most points at the end of the game wins the game. The real beauty of this is you're going to play for 6 rounds, and each one of these cards is different. So as you can see here, you have a 3, a 2, a 2, and a 1 ship that would replace these ships. And maybe the next round, there's a 4, a 2, a 2, and a 1. So they're always different, so you don't know what kind of ships that you're going to get. The real beauty comes in these cards. These cards do so many different things. And we're going to take a look at all the little ports that you can go to. And the first one we're going to look at is the market. The market changes when you come here. If you have your stone on there and you're first, you're going to be able to pick any of these cards here. These cards do all kinds of different things. Like for this, they actually break the rules of the game. This particular one action, excavate 3 stones from the quarry to your supply sled and place 1 stone on a ship. So you're getting a whole bunch if you're able to get this. So you may want to get over here and make sure that you get that card so the other player doesn't get it. And is able to do things. Some things here place, like the sarcophagus, immediately place one stone from the quarry into the burial chamber. Now, the burial chamber, we'll get to that and we'll talk exactly about that, but that's something that can help you. So there's a lot of different cards, and every time a card goes away, you're going to pull another card here. This one here has 2 face-down cards, so you may want to take a chance and see what comes with that. We just talked about the obelisk. Whoever gets the highest at the end of the game will obviously win the points there. The pyramids. The pyramids, we talked about that. You are going to, as you can see, these are points that you're going to attribute as you go. And then, of course, you are going to put 4 more for the second level, and you're going to get these points. And then finally, you're going to earn that point if you are the one to put the crown on the pyramid. The temple. As you can see, access points the end of every round. So every time you put these, you're going to earn 1 point for each stone that is visible from above. So you can have a whole bunch of stones here, like all the gray ones could be here, okay, and 1 white, and then all of a sudden there could be a bunch of white here and a gray there. All you're going to do is the ones that you can see from the top, that's going to be a point for a white, point for the white, gray, gray, gray. All right, it doesn't matter if you have white underneath. It's only what you can see from the sky. So that's a really cool card. And then finally, the burial chamber. Okay, access points at the end of the game. So you are going to keep putting as many of these on here, but they're going in order to get the bonuses here. Like if you have one off all by itself. So let's just do this like this, so you guys can see. He is only going to get 1 point at the end of the game. But this guy, because he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touching, he's going to get 15 points. They cannot be diagonal, so you cannot count them diagonal. And at the end of the game, you are going to access and add those points as a end game condition. So that's pretty much how you play this game. Now, a neat thing is there are different types of combinations. Oops, and I showed you the B side for the market. The market that starts out only has 4 different cards on it, like this. So it was a good thing that I showed you the B side. See, we even make mistakes here because there is an added thing. Place 2 cards face down. There is a B side that adds a different variance, adds some things like on the obelisk here. I'm sorry, northern accent. Access points immediately when 3 stones of 1 color are present. So it's a total different way to add this in. So it adds a little bit more flavor. The A side's the beginner, but you can mix the A with, say you just want to do the market normal, but play with the pyramids on B, because that's even cooler, and you can do that. Access points immediately when they're placing the stone. So each additional stone earns an extra point. So you have 3 different areas instead of building on this one area and building up a pyramid. You may want to just keep things all A because you just enjoy the game the way it is, or just use the B sides. And the B sides are just as cool, a little more challenging, but it gives you so many different variances to the game. The game is everything that you would expect from a game from KOSMOS, of course, where it is just drop dead gorgeous. I mean, this is just beautiful. Great components. I mean, what more can I say? What would you expect from a KOSMOS game? But without further ado, why don't we go up top and close this out? Wow. I mean, I was completely blown away with this game. We played it live the other day and had a great time. I mean, I thought you had a really good time playing it. You know, we were really locked into the game. I think you would agree with that. Yes, I was very locked into the game. The game was just fantastic. It's such an easy game to learn and fun, and just, we had such a good time playing it, but it's very strategic. You're always trying to make sure that you make the right move, and sometimes you goof up and then your opponent comes with another move over the top, and it just second guesses everything that you had just did. Yeah, you know, I gotta agree with that. There were a few times where I was just wondering, you know, basically, oh God, should I move that there against him? And then he would go do something totally different and, you know, throw me for a loop. And then he starts to get ahead on certain cards, and then you're trying to catch up, and you never seem to have enough of everything. And then when you get a card that'll give you an advantage, he goes, picks up a card that almost annihilates everything you do. So for such a simple game of just putting granite onto ships and sailing them off and thinking that you're going to get, you know, oh, this is going to be easy, we'll be over this in 10 minutes, you actually sit there and think a little bit, and it adds to it. I mean, I thought it really added to the game. Yes, it really is a very deep strategy game, but easy to learn. Anybody can play it, and it's just so enjoyable. I had such a good time with it. I have to agree with him. I had a complete blast. And Chaz, thank you so much for showing us this. It was just fantastic. So until next time, for me and the Tiger, we will see you soon.